Well, guys, it's official. Rachel Nichols is officially out of ESPN.
You don't say. Oh, okay. Wow.
I think for some it's a surprise, but I think for a lot of sports fans, probably not really. But at the same time, I do think it's a little surprising. I think I tweeted it, but I remember we talked about it. I told you, yo, Fox Sports is gonna poach her when this whole controversy happened.
Okay.
And because Fox Sports has done it before, and they did it with Colin, they did it with Chris Broussard.
Okay.
And now it's official. Her time at ESPN has come to an end. A part of me was wondering though if they might fix it, because she's been a staple for that network. She was like the female Stephen A. Smith, meaning that like Stephen A. Smith held the anchor there, Rachel held the other anchor there. And I remember like since the Jump premiered, whenever I would walk around like the streets or campus and shit, like that would be a show that I would hear. Not like First Take, not Undisputed. Not it was like I would hear people like listening to the Jump on their phone and shit. Like even basketball players, like college basketball players and shit. And I remember thinking like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that the Jump was, because still First Take was still the ratings giant, but like this is what I would hear other people actually play out loud and shit. You know what I mean?
No, of course, man.
And I'm not gonna lie, she had the Jump could have been a staple show for ESPN for like a decade plus, easily.
Hey, man, Rachel decided to open her mouth and pull out the race card. That's a very sensitive topic, man.
It is a very sensitive topic. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a little over scrutinized.
Well, of course.
I'm not defending her, and I'm not justifying what she said or her actions, but I think it was a little overly kind of like the whole cancer culture shit. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you fucked up, Rachel. You fucked up.
Yeah, man. It's like man. Like our parents would say, man, if you got nothing nice to say, man, shut the fuck up.
Don't say nothing.
Shut the fuck up.
I always think of that Eminem bar.
Yeah, man.
But also like people have to think about like what being human is like, and I from like the quote, like what she said or whatever, like I think first of all, I don't believe Rachel Nichols is racist or anything like that. Like she's had enough people like come out, like like known people, unknown people, whatever. And she's worked in her field and industry for fucking ever, since like the early 90s.
She was just stating her own opinion.
But I think she was just frustrated, because what she was talking about was someone taking her job.
Yeah.
And when you're frustrated, when you're angry, when you're mad, you sometimes say shit that you don't really mean, or you exaggerate how like you feel about it naturally. You get what I mean? And I think she just was feeling some type of way, maybe feeling a little threatened or just a little like frustrated, because she was more, what the biggest takeaway that I got from her comments was less scrutiny about Maria Taylor. It was more scrutiny on ESPN itself, you know what I mean? And that's what she was bitching about. And then Maria Taylor just happened to be kind of like in the road of those comments. And yeah, so I think
I thought it was on Malika Andrews.
No.
Oh, okay.
And I think ESPN also might have let her go because the negative comments weren't just about Maria Taylor, and then also the whole scrutiny that happened, but they were about ESPN, because she was literally talking shit about ESPN, how they feel like maybe they have to feel like a quota about their diversity and shit, and they had a bad history about it, basically calling out her own company, but they're paying her check, so she's not obviously going to say that publicly. And I just think also it's fucked up, like, I don't know if it was purposeful or not, but who like records a private conversation like that? You know what I mean? Someone, especially in a vulnerable state like that, and then leaks it. I think obviously outsider perspective, but like I think it just happened to get recorded randomly, and then someone heard it, and then they're just like, either I put this out, or maybe they like got paid for it. You know what I mean? Like go to TMZ or whoever the fuck leaked
just
it.
Like this is getting recorded right now.
But yeah,
I mean, but cool, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it could always be worse. She's going to Fox Sports now.
No, she's not going. She hasn't said anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that she's gonna go to Fox Sports.
Oh, okay. I thought she's going. I thought he's like,
don't read shit.
My bad. Okay, that's what I get for assuming, man. I made an ass out of myself right now.
Rachel Nichols too. No, just
Yeah, Rachel Nichols too. Where's my Jimmy Butler at?
Also, the internet need to calm down with that shit, man. Y'all, the internet is so annoying sometimes.
Hey, man, that helped that man out, man.
That's
shit,
just assumptions, man. Like, people are like, oh, this and that. Like, yo, relax.
Shit,
like,
man, I'll be that tired too, man. If I was doing that.
Stop jumping to conclusions. But, yeah, I think she's going to Fox Sports. I mean, it just makes sense. Like I said, they did it with Colin. Colin made that comment that, like, gave him a little controversy. ESPN, Chris Broussard. I didn't know about the Chris Broussard controversy until... literally, like, I think I learned about it in the past year or two. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know it was like a big deal. He went to Fox Sports. And it's not just like, oh, you know, controversy, Fox Sports will hire them, but also Fox Sports is trying to build a legitimate sports network, and in my opinion, they've done a great job with it. They've done a great job. Skip and Shannon, like, that show has become the new First Take. Like,
Shannon has done a good job.
Yeah, who the fuck talks about First Take anymore? What ESPN should have done in the first place was
bring back Skip.
They should have just never broken them up. Skip and Stephen A used to own sports commentary and criticism. Yeah. They were entertaining. They had insane chemistry. They understood each other. Like, Stephen A and Skip are both of the same, like, intelligent mindset that, like, okay, whatever, like, what they present on TV is a fucking persona and all that bitching and shit. That's not real, guys. Come on, fucking common sense. And they just knew, you know, it's basically what Shannon does with Skip now. You know what I mean? They know. And then Colin The Herd, I think, is a great show. Like, Colin sometimes says some weird shit, but a lot of times, especially when he goes on those soliloquies, boy be banging out some gems, some wisdom out there, right?
He does,
with
man.
some of those analogies, I'm just like, woo! Like a fucking mentor and shit. Like the dad I never had. Like, yeah, for real. Damn, Colin. Like, America's father right there. Yeah, or like America's padrino.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And first things first. I know some people don't fuck with it, but I like Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and now Kevin Wildes, and with Jenna on there, like, I think it works. I really think it works. And I know some people don't fuck with Nick Wright, but, like...
Nah, Nick Wright, man.
He's actually pretty good.
He's pretty damn good.
Sometimes he says some outlandish shit, but I feel like the people that hate on him take the outlandish shit too personally. And I'm just like, guys, this is probably not how he really is in real life. Yeah, this is, like, for people to talk about. For the internet, for socials and ratings. And he do be saying some great points, though. Like, even when I don't agree with him, like, when he used to say LeBron James is... I don't know if he still says it, but the greatest player in the NBA. There's a great video. You go on YouTube, Nick Wright, Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, or some shit like that. And this is when this other guy was still on First Things First, which is when I started watching. That they were better too, but whatever. You know what I'm talking? What's his name? I'm blanking out right now.
Fulano.
And he was definitely no Fulano. But there's this great video where Nick goes off on, like, presenting LeBron's resume and why LeBron is technically the greatest player to ever play in the NBA. And that video to me is one of my favorite videos because I'm like, I don't agree with you. Even after I'm like, I still don't agree with you. I still think it's Michael Jordan. But you actually made some great points. So, yeah. It's not Kareem.
It's Kareem.
It's not Kareem.
Look at the
Kareem should deserve to be in the conversation. Instead of Jordan and LeBron, it should be Jordan versus Kareem more often. Or LeBron and Kareem for second best player of all time more often. But I don't think Kareem's the best player ever.
I'm just going to put the card right over here. Johnny Arnett. Watch that, and you'll see my point.
Who's Johnny Arnett?
That's your boy, bro.
Yeah, I know. He'd be killing it. Yeah. But where do you think Rachel should go? You think she's gonna go to Fox Sports? Where do you think she should go? Now, where do you think she will go? What do you think she should do? Should she just do YouTube? She could.
OnlyFans.
She could.
No. I say Fox Sports. Fox Sports is definitely going to be a lot more lenient. I guess with everything that went on with Rachel Nichols compared to
and
ESPN.
With time, people forget or people ignore and people move on. There you go. Not that they're forgetting her, but they move
on. We'll see, man. I mean, she'll probably go wherever
the wind takes.
She's gonna get the bag either way. So
yes.
So she'll be fine.
But you think she should stick to a major network?
either she's gonna
because we saw like Matt Barnes and
all the smoke.
Steven go with the Showtime. So that's not like a major sports network, but it's still. So I wanted she could always go that route, or she could go again to like another major sports network. There's really only two. It's Fox and ESPN
unless
right
HBO,
now.
Unless HBO wants to make a
and that'd be crazy. But that's it. She could do, or she could do a streaming shit like in. But or like I said, she has enough clout and enough connections where if she started her own YouTube channel, like she could legit make that into a multi-million-dollar business. You know what I mean?
Of course. But guys, let us know what you guys think. What do you think Rachel's gonna do, man? Let us know in the comments. What
do you
guys
think ESPN should have fired her or not? I'm actually very curious to see what people think about that. I really don't care.
I don't give a
it does not affect us at all. But I just say I'm like, I don't think it was necessary for ESPN to fire her. But I could see, like, I could completely understand why they would do it and shit like that. But
yeah, I would say TNT, man. But Ernie's really good. Shit. Yeah, Ernie's like.
Damn,
perfect.
what if she joined that whole little crew? I mean, Dwayne Wade joined that crew. I mean, a lot of other players have joined that crew. Like Candace Parker appears and shit. Yeah,
like Shaq,
but she became like a staple, and then she provides a female voice for like a all guys group.
Yeah,
she could help break that. Shaq, Ernie, Charles, Kenny, and Rachel. That's 5. That actually makes sense because basketball's a team of 5.
Yeah. Okay. Let us know. Shit, including that thing. Either way, appreciate all the love and the hate. Guys, catch us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all podcast streaming platforms.
I want to call one thing. I'm going to call it right now. She's going to go on the herd, and that's when she's going to announce she starts working for Fox Sports. Calling it right now.
Well, I'm calling this right now. You're going to see 2 videos over here. You're going to see one of the YouTube things, and then you're going to see one that of our most
They're both the YouTube things. Yeah, the one the YouTube algorithm recommends the most. The other one is the most recent one.
There we go. See? Hey, that's why 2 heads are better than 1. Anyways, catch you guys soon. For now,
take care.